Alpha LCS, starring here me, General Dill, and also Buddy, Budnificent, and I guess Fleeing Panda. Sorry, I don't know your name, Panda.
My name is also Eric.
Eric.
Eric, Fleeing Panda. And we're here to watch the Comeback Kids facing Goldie and the Silver Dwarves.
Yeah, it should be a good matchup coming up here. It's two, I would say, they're pretty evenly matched given their records. Actually, no, the Comeback Kids are a lot higher than them, actually.
Yeah. However, there's a lot of substitutes here, so it might be evened out with. I think comeback kids are missing Allie or Violet Soda Steel Cat. She's missing for this one.
Definitely one of their key players down in the support lane. I believe she's the main shot caller and runs the draft for them. So we'll see how they can do without their team leader. As we see the first ban come out against as Nautilus, targeted against Garfield Juice up in that top lane. And Shudo bans Urgot.
Is that like a thing? Is that guy playing him or what?
I am not sure. They may not know that they have a potential for contention in the playoff spot, depending on what goes on between you guys and the other team. I don't know how that's gonna work. So they may.
Well, okay. If we lose our remake game, then yeah, the Goldie and the Silver Dwarfs can get in if they win this.
Yeah, so Goldie and the Silver Dwarves,
Okay.
huh.
I'm not really sure what's going on there.
We had this problem against them when we played against them too. Is messing around in the picking bands.
So a second.
Guess we just have to wait and see. The Nautilus ban makes sense. It's definitely a pick that's I guess doesn't require as much technical proficiency in the top lane and is just a pretty safe all around pick. I know we get our top laner on that Nautilus all the time. I think it's a pretty worthy ban. A point and click CC.
Yeah, that and Garfield Juice, very much playing those heavy tank top laners. He's very good on those. So Nautilus fitting well into his type of champion pool.
Right. Xerath ban's interesting. I noticed a lot of long range mid laners. A lot of teams have trouble with, mine included. Dealing with them. Zach's just all around strong.
Especially with Enchante being able to play that Xerath. He has a few games on that. And we see Team Comeback Kids pick up Kha'Zix right away for Silent Taco.
Traded for the Rengar too. I mean, those are two powerhouse jungle picks. I would argue the two strongest junglers, one on each team. So even trade, I would say.
And Kha'Zix especially being one of Silent Taco's stronger champions. That right behind the Zac and Ivern are usually his most played. And we see a Scion pick coming in for Garfield Juice up in the top lane on Goldie and the Silver Dwarves.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. Like you were saying, or you might have been you were talking about Garfield Juice. I don't know what their top laner likes.
No, Garfield Juice has played the Scion before and shown very much proficiency on that. I think he's won every lane he's played Scion in this split for this.
Oh wow!
For the league, I'm not quite sure on that, but I know every game I watched where he's played Scion, he's done very, very well.
Leona pick's pretty good. Whoa, Leona and Poppy. Yeah, they're going to go for a pretty beefy front line here. Be interesting to see what they pick for their mid laner. Probably going to be an AP mid carry.
Yeah, don't really have much information on Behar here up in the top lane for Comeback Kids. Their top lane sub, but not seeing any real Poppy games or a whole lot of actually just top lane games in general. So I'm not sure what he plays or how he'll fit into this. We'll have to see more how that lane goes in general.
Morgana Draven for the bot lane. That's pretty strong. Draven's in a really good spot right now. I know I've played a decent amount of him recently, and it seems really strong. I don't know if I'd pick him in a league game, but definitely something that could tilt something in their favor early game.
And while the Morgana works very well, helping keep that Draven safe, you usually want to pick a more snowbally support, something like Thresh or Blitzcrank or Alistar that wants to really make those early picks and help dish out the damage and get Draven a nice lead. Morgana a bit more on the safe side as far as supports go in lane.
Yeah, but the spell shield will help him out a little bit, and it's pretty. I think the Morgana is a little bit safer blind. Because if you pick the Thresh, well, it's not blind. It's against the Leona.
Seen the Leona. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, that's good into Leona, really. The spell shield still applies,
And then we'll see the Nocturne pick for Comeback Kids. Definitely, most likely going mid for Bukaki Poro, as they've already picked that Kha'Zix for the jungle. And Family Man being Family Man.
He's a Draven main.
I've seen some pretty good Dravens.
He's played Draven pretty well though.
He's a good Draven player.
It'll be interesting to see.
Well, Leona likes to poop on Dravens, so we'll see how this goes.
That depends on Draven's ability to stand aside her engage with the Zenith Blade, because
That's true.
That can deny an entire Leona engage right there. And then on top of the Black Shield and Dark Binding from Morgana, really, they have a strong ability to deny this Leona everything they want.
Yeah, it's going to be a skill matchup for sure. I'm excited to see it.
And I've disconnected from the lobby apparently, so any new picks coming in, it's on you.
Alright.
I see it here. It looks like Lero left and joined the room, and then nothing happened. So we're waiting on the 80 carry pick.
Just said Family Man disconnected too.
Yeah, I see that.
Something going. A lot of people are disconnected.
It says everyone's like still here though on my screen.
So everyone's leaving and rejoining.
Yeah.
This is silly. Oh my gosh, I don't want to have to remake this lobby.
It doesn't even show people leaving on my screen. Maybe I should leave.
Wait, are any of you on the old client by chance?
Yeah, I am.
Do you see the timer for the lobby? Because the lobby will expire. We've been in this lobby for quite
it's in 12 minutes and 30 seconds right now.
Okay, so we should be good. And just awaiting these final picks. 5th pick for both sides. Team Comeback Kids will have their first selection.
Yeah, the 80 carry gets to pick into this Draven. I'm curious to see what he decides to go with. I think... I mean, it's... the Jhin pick would be good. Maybe a late game carry. You gotta have something that can try to fight him. Varus, okay. Well, with the Varus nurse coming through, he's a lot weaker early game, but still strong. Just as strong late.
Yeah, the Varus nurse really just targeting freely poking with your Q. Now you have to step up in basic attack to utilize the piercing arrows old power. Otherwise, it's a little sets you back a little bit in lane.
Yeah, it definitely was on the receiving end of a late game Varus last time, and the early game was so much easier and build up a CS advantage, but late game it's still just as strong. So we have the Varus and a Zilean pickup.
Would that be Zilean support and they send the Morgana mid lane for Enchante?
Does Enchante play Zilean at all?
I don't know.
I've only seen it on our mid laner.
Yeah, I've not really seen... I've only seen Zilean once, and that was in our matchup against you guys when you tried to use that to answer the Lulu mid.
Right. Well, we did play it against someone else where we won. I think we lost that game against your team.
Yep.
Yeah, because we tried to do the speed up comp, which has notoriously not worked in this LCS.
It's
Not just us.
supposed to be the most fun. I had it all
Yeah.
calculated, and damn, am I bad at math.
I detect the presence.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I do think Zillion's pretty strong. I remember you commenting on the strength of Zillion before from the mid lane.
He definitely has a
But-
niche, and they're definitely showing a very much protect the Draven composition.
Well, no, I'm just
Yeah, that's interesting because now Draven, I mean, it used to be if you lost early, you couldn't do anything. But now with the build paths that you can do,
Let
once you
me
cash in
out.
the stacks, eventually you're caught right back up. I think it's a really strong pick.
And then he's got the Zillion and the Morgana to protect
We
him in
do
the
what
in
we
the
must.
pack.
Yeah, it's
With-
really going to be on his shoulders here to carry a lot of this game.
Although we may see a good amount of damage coming out from this Scion in the top lane. I'm fairly certain the Scion the other day did the most damage in the game.
Is it
And
Poppy
carried the-
Jungle?
We see double
No,
snipe.
he's probably going to change
yeah,
that.
it's
It's probably
Kha'Zix.
just a summoner he
Yeah.
had last time because they have Kha'Zix,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is one of Silent Taco's notorious champions for that jungle pick.
That Kha'Zix is going to be some trouble, but I mean, like you said, this Protect the Draven comp might just counter this Kha'Zix completely.
They look kind of dive heavy too, with Leona, Poppy, Kha'Zix, and Nocturne. Those are all champions that really want to dive into a team. Which
But
would
at the
be-
same time, the other team is pretty good against disengaging those tower dives with Scion, Morgana, even Draven, Zillion. Yeah, their team's pretty well balanced for the dives. If they do it, yeah, that's going to be pretty risky.
which I think leaves the Chudo on Rengar just for Bears all day game, just all game long.
Yeah, I think this game's going to be decided pretty early on, given the team comps.
And wow, holy wow. So I went to go check out Chudo to see if he had any experience with this Rengar Kha'Zix matchup. And his past like 15 games are on Kha'Zix. So knowing that, he may know exactly how to play against this Kha'Zix and be able to shut him down with his past experience on Kha'Zix. And this is
Yeah,
definitely
he's going to know the path he's going to go.
Yep, and this is definitely one of the top tier LCS jungle matchups too. This Kha'Zix versus Rengar. So,
Oh yeah, exactly. They picked like I said, I think they picked the two top tier junglers. I'll take the Kha'Zix, you get the Rengar. How about that? Kind of trade off here.
I hope we get to see a hunt.
That's actually one of the most broken of the mini quests because it actually gives bonus stats to a champion that gets that. With the Kha'Zix getting the fourth evolution, and I think Rengar now gets a 6th stack on his passive.
Oh wow.
Because it used to be useless for Rengar, who would only get automatic 20 stacks on his Bone Tooth Necklace, which, if he's winning that fight, he usually has 20 stacks anyway by level 16. And Kha'Zix gets his 4th evolution. So an interesting, I guess, mini-quest by Riot to include the ability for one of those to actually give a power boost to whoever wins that.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they do that. It seems a little bit disruptive, especially for like competitive play.
I just think it's funny.
And that's where the Queen of the Freljord one is also another fun one between Lissandra, Ashe, and Sejuani. Not sure I know any other mini quests.
Fun
There's,
fact: Lissandra was the champion released when I started playing.
Same. Actually, I don't remember. I think it was Viz.
I think Aatrox was the most recent release when I began playing.
Cannon or something like
Ugh.
that. Some pretty
So it looks like
standards.
that Enchante is going to take that Zilean into the mid lane against the Nocturne. Should be
Yeah.
pretty good for him.
Took TP as well, so he should be able to get around the map.
Yeah, we'll see. To be honest, I haven't watched the games where he got that Nocturne mid, so
He steamrolled that one, if I remember right. But I think that was into a Lux, so it was a tad different.
he won a lane against a Lux on Nocturne?
I think it was,
Wow.
but I also think it was Willowbrooks when they played Team Great. Was when they did that lane swap. I think that's the only other time we've seen it, so it could go poorly.
Yeah, we'll see. Like I said, I think Zilean's a lot stronger than people give him credit for as a champion. And if he can get his ult on that Draven, or even the Rengar, really, to make that happen, it could be game over for Goldie and the Silver Dwarves.
Yeah. But while he does have that hidden power that you really don't expect, it's all reliant on a very linear combination. You know exactly what a Zilean is going to do. He's going to throw a bomb, and then he's going to reset his cooldowns and try and throw a bomb again. That's pretty much all Zilean has. And once those bombs miss, then Zilean's incredibly vulnerable and has no damage output beyond that. And he's going to be pretty much all of their magic damage. Is Support Morgana not going to dip into those ability power items for the most part, other than maybe a Zonya's Hourglass to help her ult. So maybe if Comeback Kids can play around that, they really only need to build armor for the most part, and they should be able to safely jump into this team and take very little damage from it.
Yeah, again, like I said, it's going to really tilt on this Draven pick. Because if Draven gets off, then yeah, they jump in, but Draven can stand aside, double Q, ult, and kill whoever jumps in. But if he doesn't get rolling and this Kha'Zix and this Nocturne shut down that bot lane, then yeah, it could be game over for them.
Also have the Nocturne ult that shrouds everything, meaning Draven's gonna have trouble catching axes.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that.
Fun fact though, Banshee's Veil and Spell Shields will stop Nocturne's ult from denying you vision. So I believe a Black Shield will also do the same. So a Black Shield on Draven before Nocturne ults, he will still have vision, still have his standard vision.
That'll be some next level stuff. The preemptive Black Shield from a Nocturne ult.
I'm not sure, but it makes sense that it would work that way.
To be honest, I really don't know. My supports don't like to play Morgana for some reason, so I'm not too experienced on. They like to let me die a lot. It's pretty cool.
That's because
Sal likes to go in for the kill. I got him. Oh wait, Buddy's dead.
This would be a good time to plug Sal's game reviews.
Shout out to Sal's game reviews.
Yeah, guys.
Weebly.
The whole 2 reviews.
Waiting on that ever awaited third review. Hopefully
Third
it'll come
review.
out soon.
Mass Effect Andromeda. I'm ready. Rumor has it that's the next one. You hear this, Sal? If you're listening, Sal, that's your next job.
Yeah.
We probably should have had Greg change the name of the stream before we did this.
Oops.
Stupid Greg.
Damn it, Greg.
Oh well. So jumping into this match here. Let's
Get that All right, I'm in. I don't know. I might be a little bit behind you guys because my computer's kind of crappy.
When I'm spectating, mine for some reason likes to just show a blank screen for like of the rift without any vision for like the first 15 seconds.
Oh, hey, I'm not the only one. Okay, good.
Yeah, that does mine. That does mine too. Sometimes I have to reset it, so looks like I might be in the reset
Yeah,
time.
me too. Mine just says 0.
And right away out of the gates, we see pings onto the bot side river from the blue team and pings onto Baron Pit from red team.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Not sure what that's all about, but that's okay.
Dance party.
And it looks like all of Comeback Kids are lining up down here on this bot side river, maybe expecting an invade with the Morgana from Goldie and the Silver Dwarves.
No. Yeah, it's not loading it for me, so it's all on you for now, Dylan.
Alright,
I crashed out too.
cool. So, we have 3 members of Team Comeback Kids just sitting behind their red buff right now. Not sure.
Minions have spawned.
Everyone's just kind of sitting in place, doing absolutely nothing. As Nocturne breakdances in this little path between red and mid. And everybody heads out now to their respective lanes as we see bot side starts for both junglers. Something pretty normal, getting that double lesion. Now right away we see Nocturne using his Q and passive to just absolutely shove this wave in. Zilean not the greatest at farming under turret because of his abilities don't really give him a whole lot of farming power. And his auto attack's not
Especially
the best.
level 1.
Especially level 1. With the time it takes for the bomb. And yeah, he misses almost that entire wave because of that. So if Nocturne keeps shoving this in, I'm wondering how Enchante answers this with the Zilean. He just gets put super far behind in farm. But likewise on the top side, Sion trying to push this Poppy in. He's amassing himself a nice little farm lead.
Oh, I'm in. All right. Good. Now, is it X that brings up the CS?
0. Oh.
0.
Oh. Oh. Not 0. Oh.
Ah, there we go. Okay, good.
See a little bit of trading back and forth between Family Man and OG Crimicry down in the bot lane.
Yeah, the more they can trade early, the better. Pre-level 2. Well, even level 2 is good with the Morgana. Really liking the Morgana pick down there in the bot side. Although, maybe with Draven you want something a little bit more damaging, like you said.
Yeah, not the worst picks, but Draven really wants to get early kills and snowball that lane pretty hard.
Yeah, maybe something like a Malzahar would have been better, but you know, you got to go with the safe pick if you want your Draven to carry. I'm getting pushed in by this Varus already.
Yeah, Varus just throwing those piercing arrows through the wave for the most part, able to shove that in. We see Silent Taco getting a fairly deep ward. Looked like he may be invading the Raptors, but he puts that deep ward
We got
in.
this gank going on. Kha'Zix is going topside here on this Sion.
He's crossing over a ward,
Going
so
for that
Sion
level
knows
3.
he's there, but
Still
too
pretty
late.
far away, but the jump. Oh, Poppy hips him towards the tower. Pretty much saved the Sion there.
Yeah, not the greatest of plays there by Comeback Kids. They didn't set the gank up well. Silent Taco getting in there, getting the slows, and then staying in front of him, but Poppy not able to line up that heroic charge and just gets the Sion out
Pushing
for
him to
free. Doesn't
safety.
even force him to blow a flash there.
Any summoners at all? Or is he running TP?
He just teleported back
Yeah,
to top
just
lane.
teleported back to lane. It's like it never happened.
Yeah, and during that
This
time,
Rengar's got double the farm on this Kha'Zix too.
yeah, Kha'Zix spent that time top and immediately backed after. Rengar just hard power farming his jungle. He's up a level right now. He's going to continue at that. But this mid lane farm difference
Insane.
is just growing every single wave. Yukaki Poro just shoving it in with his abilities. Enchante not able to find the ability to farm quite yet.
Oh, we get the Q miss from the Leona here, and the spell shield on the Draven pretty much shuts this gank down as well too.
Yeah, very nice black shield. Draven stepping up very far to continue trades. Almost got caught by that Kha'Zix gank.
Yeah, if Leona had landed her Zenith Blade. Kitty cat. Oh, we get a land on there, but the spell shield prevents a stun.
Yeah, and this Scion just absolutely bullying this Poppy in the top lane. Taking very favorable trades and trying to push her in. Chudo waiting in Silent Taco's jungle, hoping that he'll catch him coming around. He's not really sure. Starts to head out right now.
Looks like he's looking towards mid lane. There's not a lot he can do there.
Yeah.
You might stick around and try and steal red.
Oh, he starts the Raptors right as Silent Taco
no.
walks up. Oh no, this could spell trouble for Chudo.
Real bad for Chudo.
Oh,
Flashes
double
out,
flash.
but Kage Poro's got it there with the Nocturne. He gets the
Flashes
first
in,
blood.
drops the ignite. And that's devastating for Goldie and the
That's
Silver
pretty-
Doors.
Pretty big setback for that Rengar. He spent that time trying to catch up and farm and ended up wasting a lot of it with that.
Yeah, now the mid lane that's already pretty far ahead of his opponent gets another
Has a
little
kill.
advantage.
That is huge for that Nocturne.
And we'll see how he can translate that though into leads throughout this, if he can maintain it or translate the bottom. As Belling Bison goes in, we see that flashing arrow.
Oh, we get
Family
the
Man
flash in
flashes
coming in.
into OG Crimacree. He's getting pretty low right now. He's trying to
I don't
trade
think
it.
he's respecting the yellow. We got a
He
TP
gets
coming in for
stunned on the
against Leona.
backside from Leona. Lero giving Belling Bison the way out. He gets him down. The Zillion is
Beat
the
up.
one who teleports in. Family
Oh,
Man very low. The Zillion
Gets the
ultimate goes
flash in,
down.
but the Zillion
He gets the double bomb.
stun. Oh my
And Lero
goodness.
takes the kill.
Ah,
Shante
and
gets the
Shante-
second one, and
Kage
Family
Poro's
Man.
coming in as well. This is not a good spot for this Nocturne.
Yeah, no, diving in a little late, 1v3, but he's got Silent Taco on the backside as Garfield Juice. The sound of his ult makes them back off,
much
but he's going top with that. A little bit of mind games that may have been unintended there.
Yeah, unfortunate that none of those two kills went to the Draven, but still a really good play by them.
Yep. And the fact that the Draven didn't die makes that better, that past him not getting kills, because he doesn't lose stacks out of that, so he still has that standing gold waiting to be used, but definitely not the most ideal that Morgana picks up the first kill out of those two. With a lot of much needed gold going back into Enchante to help catch up against this Nocturne.
Yeah, he needed that bad, and now he's only behind 12 CS.
Yeah, once you hit that breaking point where your bombs deal enough to the caster minions that you can one-hit them, it's a lot easier to farm when you're getting shoved in. It's just before that breaking point, he really doesn't have the ability. His Family Man just barely dodges out on that Zenith Blade. Trading back and
Family
forth.
Man going in, 2v1,
Exhaust
not
dropped.
afraid of anything. That's a big summoner spell down for that bot lane. They're going to want that exhaust later. A little bit low in the action here while we get some farming going.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Nocturne pushing in that lane. Kha'Zix hanging around mid to top side. Probably going to see this Scion deep ward down the blue buff on the top side. Ooh, we get a jump in there on Family Man.
They chain the CC on and block him down. The Black Shield comes in a little bit late. As Lero goes in, trying to
ult from
trade this
Lero.
kill back. The ult and
Yeah.
finishes on Crimacree. One more auto will
Avatar.
do it. He'll go down as Belling Bison continues the fight, and then they back off, respectively.
Oh, that Draven's gonna miss that stacks he just lost there. That is unfortunate.
Yeah,
But that's a risky run, you know, with that Draven pick. You gotta try and secure those kills.
Yeah, lost 99 stacks out of that.
Oof.
She pings onto Dragon from Team Comeback
This
Kids.
Dragon's gonna come down with that Kha'Zix's Q damage. He's gonna deal a lot of damage to that Dragon.
He's
There's a flash
incredibly
out
low on the
from
backside. Oh, Belling Bison.
I think you're a little bit behind me.
Yeah, I am. How about that?
Yeah, we get the flash out of Leona there to get out of that Dragon Pit. Interesting choice, but you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
And Silent Taco being taken very low by his Krugs down there. Very lucky that Rengar's on the top side, not looking to use his ultimate bot lane because he may have spotted that out.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Chudo's too terribly interested in counter jungling anymore after his last mishap. Actually pretty quiet from the jungler side now from them.
Yeah, just incredibly unfortunate and uninformed counter jungle attempt. As Bukaki Poro goes in on Shantae, he lays down the fear.
Oh,
He finishes
my
the
goodness.
fear, and Ashante unable to cast that ultimate on himself due to being feared.
Phew,
Bukaki
that
Poro
damage
gets
from
that
the
free kill.
Tiamat. Tiamat and Serrated Dirk is just insane. But we get Chudo coming in at, oh no.
Absolutely annihilated.
That damage from his passive on top of the fear is just a little bit too much for anyone on that team to handle right now.
Yeah, Chudo underestimating not the Nocturne power, tries to go in and clean that up, but Nocturne just turns it back. Do you know what keystone he's running?
Let's see. How do I check that?
I don't know. It would have had to have been. I think he would have had to known that in loading screen.
Those Thunderlords.
Thunderlords?
Okay, so yeah,
Interesting. He's
Thunderlords
not running
proc.
the nuke fervor.
And the Thunderlord's proc coming in, pretty sure that's what ended up what helped burst down the Rengar with that extra surprise damage. Just taking out Chudo before he can really try to do anything with that.
Looks like we're getting Rengar's looking bot side, but they sniff it out pretty easily.
Yeah, he comes down, he hit the scrying plant and finds a ward there, but doesn't have his ult, so really not much he can make happen down there anyway.
And this Varus is this early game has worked out perfectly. That early game pressure that Varus lost from the nerfs in about 5 more minutes isn't going to matter at all, and he's going to be just as strong before.
Oh, Binding just barely clipping that minion on the way through. Saves Krimikri a lot of damage that he would have taken off of that.
Yeah, the bindings, you know, would have gotten some damage off, but I don't know if it would have mattered a whole lot.
Pretty sure that minion flashed in front of it too.
Oh yeah, definitely. Gives a decent damage here. Garfield just being a big bully up in this top lane.
Yeah, going to
Build up a decent advantage.
Yeah, maxing that Roar of the Slayer first, just to shove minions through and shred through Poppy's armor and get good trade-offs with that.
Looks like Nocturne's coming back mid lane. We get a TP coming in bot side.
2 TPs coming in bot side.
There we go, 2 TPs. Lero and Garfield Juice in, making it happen. Ultimate coming out of OG Krimikri and Leona. It's gonna stun up on Shantae a decent amount of time. Has to use the ult on himself.
We see Behar teleport in, and we see Gakiporo, he throws down the Paranoia,
Nocturne
jumps
going
in on
Oh
Lero.
my goodness.
The Silent
Flashes
Taco
from Kagekoro.
flashes in, they take the kill on him. Garfield just
OG
goes down.
Krimikri taking the kill as well. Return kill for the
Krimikri
side.
snipes out Zillion off the backside. His family man left
Taco's
alone
going in
under
on the
this turret.
Draven. Wow. Very coordinated response to the double TP in the bottom lane. That's really well played.
Yeah, Bukaki Poro roams down, and he's got that paranoia, which is a decently long distance for him to be able to dash into the fight to join it. Rengar not there on the side of Goldie and the Silver Dwarves, and so with that teleport in from Behar, that turns a nice 4v2 catch into a 5v4 for Comeback Kids as they find Rengar in his jungle. The fear going down, Bukaki Poro pops him before that even procs. Going off on this Nocturne, just getting a massive lead. 5-0 now with 120 farm.
Yeah, he's a monster. That response to that double teleport was so cool-headed. That was so well played. They didn't panic. They didn't do anything. They just responded with the TP of their own and roamed down from Bukake Poro. It was just really well played by them.
Yeah, and less in the way of cooldowns expended for Comeback Kids 2 for that, as the Nocturne ultimate significantly lower in cooldown than a teleport, and he only burns the Ignite to go with
it. Yeah, this Nocturne mid is such a comfort pick for Bukake Poro. It seems like he really is comfortable in any matchup with that champion.
Oh, as he gets hit by the double bomb from Zilean. Doesn't even matter, just the sustain
doesn't
off
even
his passive. Brings him back to full.
Looks like we got some action going in bot lane. The ult from Bukake Poro onto Family Man. And Chudo getting taken out as well in his jungle. It's just too much damage coming out of that mid lane.
2 for 0 on the side of in favor of Comeback Kids, as Silent Taco is currently taking that Drake and Earth Dragon to help them push down those objectives.
That's going to really help him out because as a team comp, they don't have a great time sieging turrets. It looks like, oh, and Shantae's getting cut out here too. Waiting out the ultimate and the flash away from Enchante.
A very nice flash across that wall.
But yeah, as I was saying, that Earth Dragon is going to really help out a team that can't siege very well. That's going to be great for them.
It was way too late for this shit. Oh, we see Silent Taco finding Garfield Juice. Chudo is right there. He pumps him ultimate.
The ult.
And the Leona ult stunning it up, and Silent Taco able to leap away from that.
Yeah, just a Leona with the warning shot across the bow with her ultimate there, telling you, you know, you can't really fight us. So throw this out there just to show you.
Silent Taco.
Little scuffle over the Chudo is getting the bola strike and can't follow it up under the tower.
Oh, he flashes in on top of Silent Taco. But Silent Taco able to manage as the rest of his team shows up. Oh, Chudo jumps across and takes the kill. Gets a kill for his trouble, but you see the paranoia coming. He goes in on Enchante.
Okay, going in 3v1, does not even care what's going on. Looks like he might actually fall down to this 3v. Oh, nope, still alive, but yeah, goes down the Zilean bomb.
Takes Draven down with him. His
flash away from the Zenith Blade.
Yeah. Still able to take one as he dove in. He even used his ultimate on the Zilean, and then just turning onto the Draven and killing him with auto attacks and his Dustbringer.
The shutdown gold is gonna help out the Zilean a little bit, but I just don't know if it's enough.
Yeah, but unfortunately another kill onto that Draven without having one himself. He's just losing out so much in gold from this passive right now.
Yeah, and that's what I was kind of talking about before the game started with Draven. Like, I mean, you gotta cash in him at some point. Even if you don't, you gotta make sure not to die to make sure you can get that spike eventually. And he's down 3 deaths with 5 assists.
Zilean popping the Chrono Shift on himself as Silent Taco and Belling Bison jump in on him. He's able to make it out in time on his own, doesn't go down.
Shooter coming in on the Leona.
Belling Bison getting very low.
Silent Taco.
Shooter trying to pick up that kill, really just trying to get those stacks so he can get some power. As the Dravenall comes in, not enough damage. Rengar going a little, overextending a little bit, trying to force these kills to happen because, as we know, Rengar trading his life for a kill is advantageous if it's a champion he hasn't gotten a kill on yet to stack up that passive, get that bonus damage. But he's unable to pull one off in return for his life there. Just 1 and 6, not really getting much done. Paranoia coming out from Nocturne as he's looking mid, unable to spot on Shantae, so he cannot ult to him.
It's about sending a message, Dylan.
Shantae keeping well out of vision for that one.
I mean, so we have these kills on the board, but really only one tower has fallen this entire game. I'm really starting to wonder when objectives can be a priority on the side of Goldie and the Silver Dwarves. They might be able to pull this gold lead back in their favor, but they just have to focus down some of these objectives.
Yeah, and that's actually a little bit unfortunate for them that there's so much standing gold for the comeback kids.
Speaking of, here they go.
They still have this.
Get that mid turret down. Look, it's only a 3,000 gold deficit.
Yeah, 3,500 gold down, but
that's nothing.
But it doesn't help that that comes at only having big kills. Mikage Pro trying to find Shudo in the jungle. Shudo smites away the blue buff. But they still have these standing gold from these 2 outer turrets for them. So when they decide to group up and take them with their gold advantage, it'll only push their gold advantage even more. It'd almost be nicer for Goldie and the Silver Dwarves if those turrets were already down at this type of gold lead. And there we go, the gold lead sent back
5,000.
to almost 5,000 gold in favor of the comeback kids. Poppy trying to work on this top turret, looking to line up her ultimate and knock Garfield Juice away. Misses the ultimate, so Garfield Juice able to teleport in and save this turret. Kagekoro, Dark Shrouds the binding, looking to go down. He tries to fear Lero. Lero pops the black shield.
No, she backs
chasing
off.
him down. Family Man wants that. A 335 damage critical
Garfield
strike
Juice
there.
facing a 3v1 here on the top turret. 4v1. And he's going to go down here pretty easily. Oh, gets the stun off from his ult. Able to fend him off. OG Grimacree still attacking the turret. Good focus by him.
So they take the kill and the turret topside,
down.
but Goldie and the Silver Dwarves commit forward down bot and take a kill off on Mikage Poro. They don't stick around and try to get that turret though.
They need to finish that turret off. Maybe they could decide that the Drake is better.
Looking to take
I
the
don't
Drake,
know about
but
that.
comeback kids pushing down top lane as 4. See if Enchante can hold this off. They're trying to get more out of this.
Silent Taco activates Edge of Night. It's gone now from the bomb. Jumps in, deals half the health. Yeah, not worth there for that trade.
Oh, comeback kids take a kill and 2 turrets versus a kill and a dragon for Goldie and the Silver Dwarves. But at this point, Goldie and the Silver Dwarves almost have to take whatever they can get, and giving up the outer and the inner and the top lane, not the worst that could happen. They still have that inhibitor turret standing to try and hold down a siege.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, Comeback Kids doesn't have the greatest siege comp, so these inhib turrets are going to be a really big deal for Goldie and the Silver Dwarves to hold on to.
If they can get good damage down off of Zillion bombs before an engage happens, or if comeback kids are forced to try to engage into those turrets, we can catch them with some Zillion stuns and Scion disruption and Morgana ults in return. Should be able to stifle a few tower dives and try and pull a gold lead back. Try and pull some of this gold lead back in their favor.
Yeah, it'll be very methodical if they can defend these inhib turrets. It's like you said, maybe that's the hope that they have now that they have the Earth Dragon, the Earth Drake, and they can counter push a little bit after a fight that they can win. You know, maybe that sacrifice will be worth it, but who knows?
Yeah, definitely helpful getting that off because Comeback Kids, should they decide to do Baron if they had 2 Earth Drakes, how fast they could shred that down is insane with the Kha'Zix and a Fed Nocturne.
Nocturne, yeah.
Oh, popping that Dark Shroud a little early. Shante getting a little damage as Goldie and the Silver Dwarves commit 3 to the top lane to take that turret. Comeback Kids just finally now realize that and pushing and are trying to take this turret as 4.
Oh, they're backing off that mid turret.
Crimacree
Judo
caught by
flashing
Judo,
in on
forced the flash.
Crimacree. Bola strike hits. There you go.
And he takes him down, getting an extra stack onto this Rengar, but now they're caught on the backside. Mikaki Poro's in. Ashante teleported in. He chrono shifts himself as Silent Taco went to take him down. Shudo goes down to Silent Taco. Gets that reset, jumps back in, takes down Ashante who tried to flash away. Now Garfield Juice stuck in a very hard spot. 1v3. Just can't get to Mikaki Poro through the Leona and the Poppy.
Yeah, that was a big overcommitment by Goldie and the Silver Dwarves to try and save the 2 members on the top side jungle. I don't know if that was the right call.
Yeah, probably not the best teleport by Ashante. And as I was saying earlier, Rengar trading a kill for a kill if it gets him a stack on that passive is well worth if you get the rest of your team out. Getting that added damage versus just kill gold. But Garfield Juice in, Ashante comes in, and they both go down and give Comeback Kids 2 bonus kills for free.
Yeah, we'll see what Goldie and the Silver Dwarves can do to hold on. I mean, it doesn't seem they're not playing like they're behind, but that's probably not a good thing
No,
right
not at all.
now.
They're definitely trying to continue to make plays and try and force themselves back into a gold lead rather than just waiting it out and trying to wait on Comeback Kids' mistakes. These Comeback Kids are crowded around that Baron. See Rengar on the bot side trying to stop Poppy's push, but Poppy charges him into the wall, takes him down to half health with that Q, knocks him up. Poppy's winning this fight. Rengar not able to make it happen. He goes down solo.
Draven flashing away from Mikaki Poro.
Yeah, the remaining 3 members start to do Baron, having Leona to tank that up, and the Kha'Zix and Varus damage.
Kha'Zix and Varus.
Goldie and Silver Dwarves know this is happening. They're trying to make it down in time. They won't be able to. Baron goes down to Comeback Kids.
Now they're sitting on an 8k goal lead. Cloud and Earth Drake, and now Baron buff. They need to start grouping up and sieging and trying to end this thing.
Yeah, Chudo just trying to force too much to try and get himself into this game. Goes down and tries to solo the Poppy to get his 4th stack for this game. And I believe he's gotten his kills on Yukaki Poro, Silent Taco, and OG Crimacree now, the jungle mid 80 carry. So he's looking for a stack off Poppy and a stack off Leona. Forces it too hard, goes down solo in that bot lane, and gives up a free Baron. It's Garfield Juice
ulting in.
Splits the uprights.
That's a big ult down for them engage-wise. Gosh, they just need to back off to their inhib turrets like we were talking about earlier. Looks like Chudo's jumping in on Bukake Poro here, but
Poro flashes
flash
away.
away. And he gets caught out here. Almost took one down with him, but that's one big kill for Goldie and the Silver Dwarves to take out a lot of that damage coming out from that mid laner.
Yeah, that'll stifle a lot of this push.
Red team's
As that's a good portion of their dive with the Paranoia down and the Nocturne going with it. But Poppy's able to take the tower bot lane, get that inner bot.
Looks like we got a jungle skirmish going on here. Poppy
caught
caught out
with
from
a
the
stun,
bottom.
gets the double bomb, flashes away from the binding.
There's all
Garfield Juice
knock away Garfield Juice.
Stunning it, going in hard on Leona, who gets the chrono shift. So she'll come back to life here in a second. The fight is continuing as Poppy goes. This Lero steps in too far. Poppy able to take up most of the damage, and Bars get as they get Garfield Juice down. Silent Taco jumps on the backside and takes down Family Man, looking for Enchante. And he only delays the inevitable with that Zon
It's an ace. They can end it here. They can push with these Baron minions.
And Chudo not anywhere near that fight. His team tries to go for a 4v4 in the jungle when they're down in gold. Granted, a lot of that, I mean...
Well, I was on the back of that Bukake Poro pick. It's just still like, yeah, you got their big main carry, but everyone else is still ahead too, you know?
Yeah, and he's only 3,000 ahead of Enchante, so... But the entire team together up 12,000 gold now. They were up about 9,000 beforehand. They still have plenty of gold lead over in the evenly matched fights. Probably needed to be there to help his team out. And they'll just push in and take 2 inhibitors off of this. Morgana goes in, she drops the ultimate. Bukake Poro ulting to the backside. Family Man gets the chrono shift from Zilean, so he'll come back up. Silent Taco in on the backside, going down. Chudo 1v1 against Bukake Poro, takes him down off the end. And an amazing fight coming out of Goldie and the Silver Dwarves. They unfortunately lose their inhibitor as Chudo on the hunt right now, trying to pick up that final kill off the Leona. Don't know if he'll make it down in time. Enchante teleports into the top lane to go after that turret with the minion wave. Trying to return something. Chudo going incredibly deep. Really, really wants this. Bellwing Bison goes in. Drops the stun. And we see him take on Chudo. Chudo going in with a quarter health into the back line. Just a squishy Rengar, but Enchante looking to take down this inhibitor turret. He's got it to half health now, but Bellwing Bison will show up as OG Crimicry respawns. 2 seconds left on Silent Taco. Bukake Poro will be coming up in 5. Enchante heads out of there. Gets good damage down onto that turret, down to about 1/5 health. As Crimicry looking for him.
You found him.
Flashes away. Not sure he
did.
Yeah,
Draven got to cash in some stacks.
Finally getting some power back onto that Draven. Only down 3k to his counterpart now.
Yeah, that's see those stacks. I mean, now... Yeah, it'll catch you up a lot more than you think. Yeah, see in that fight there, they're still not playing like they're behind. That's the thing. Like, yeah, that worked out for them, but they need to really sit back. They need to focus. They need to recoup their losses.
But Garfield Juice and Lero able to find a good combination as Garfield just knocks out OG Crimicry. Tries to ult Chudo in the jungle. Doesn't quite get it. Chudo jumps back in on him. Crimicry alone solo. Forced to flash away and retreat to Bellwing Bison.
No flash on the 80 carry. That's a big deal for these fights coming up soon.
That's a sitting duck for that Rengar who wants to get around and flank with his ultimate. Meanwhile, all other 4 members from Comeback Kids want to dive in, so they'll really leave this Varus isolated on the backside. And so hopefully for Goldie and the Silver Dwarves, Chudo can take advantage of that. But going back to that previous fight, Garfield just able to catch a knockup on at least 2 there, so that Lero could come in through the backside and get those shackles down. Ults 3 members and gets them stunned up. And
yeah, I'm really impressed with these ults coming out of the out of Garfield Juice here. Really setting up the team to try and do something. He's really putting up a lot of their kills on a platter for him.
Yeah, and then Bukake Poro dove and blew everything to drop Family Man. or not Family Man. Yeah, it was Family Man, who got the Chrono Shift on him, so brought back to life.
Yeah, pick on Silent Kako. Silent Kako. Silent Taco.
Comeback Kids, though, really pushing in on this top turret. Goldie and Silver Dwarfs not really stopping that. Open up the top inhibitor. Well, Bukaki Koro and Belling Weston threaten those Nexus turrets.
Yeah, with the lead they have, it's really just kind of tightening the rope. You know, it's all about methodical play around the inhibitors and towers that are still up or not up.
Yeah, it looks like with this Baron respawning, they're rotating all around to that S5.
Yeah, and what are you gonna do? You got all your inhibs are down. You got to protect your base here. You can't really contest the Baron at all. Maybe send your jungler in.
They're looking not even to do that. They will just simply give this Baron up. And with Elder Drake spawning in 30 seconds, up the missmited by Kha'Zix, down to 150 health. The Draven ult just a little slow on the return. Almost could have picked that up. But with Elder Drake respawning in 15 seconds, a double epic buff, Comeback Kids may look to just push it in and end right there with 2 big buffs. That's a 3 Chromatic Drake Elder.
Yeah, you know, it's all, like I said, it's all about tightening the noose now. You just got to play slow and methodical, and this team will crumble under the pressure of the open inhibs, the Baron, and now the Elder Dragon buff. Yeah, now it's just forcing it down now at this point.
And almost about an 11k gold lead here with that Baron and Elder. It's going to pretty much come down to a miracle from Goldie and the Silver Dwarfs if they can catch all 5 with a Scion knockup and a Morgana stun. And the double bombs. And Silent Taco taking a lot of damage for this. To get that ward, Chudo tries to go
in the back line.
Silent Taco jumps away with under 100 health remaining. Very unfortunate for Chudo that he couldn't pick that up.
Looks like that's going to be all she wrote. Well, maybe not. They're holding them off. Ult in from Garfield Juice. OG Crimacrete ulting as well, getting 2 members in that stun circle. Yeah, it's just too much of a lead for them. Inhib goes down, Morgana goes down, Scion's down now. That's gonna be all she wrote for this game.
Yeah, Scion able to take down OG Crimacree in return, but yeah, 4 members still up. They're going to push this in and take the game right here. And with that goes Goldie and the Silver Dwarves' hopes for a playoff spot. This one will unfortunately knock them out of it and clinch that final playoff spot, that 6th seed for first team, best team.
Yeah, that's great for clinching that playoff spot. Even with the sub, I think they played that really well. They shut down the players they needed to shut down. That Nocturne getting just insanely fed early really helped them out. Yeah. I think that Nocturne's going to be on watch for a lot of teams coming up in the playoffs here.
25,000 damage to champions, the highest in the game by at least 7,000. Coming in there, doing a lot of work, getting a lot of kills, picking up a lot of key kills, and turning around a few losing fights with that ultimate.
Yeah, I mean, they got the Nocturne rolling. Kha'Zix got a few kills early, and that was the key to success for them. I mean, I really feel like if they had picked a bigger bully mid lane instead of Zilean, maybe the game would have been a little bit different. But they played their game, and they played it really well. Like I said, I think that Nocturne is going to be on the scopes of a lot of teams coming into playoffs.
Let me get set up for our MVP vote here. And what are your thoughts on that?
I gotta give it to Nocturne. I just think it was too much of a tilting champion as far as the scales were concerned. It either would have failed miserably or done really well, and it did really well.
He did 25,000 damage to champs, which is
I mean, that's good.
7k
It's
more
not
than the
crazy
nearest
high.
person on the. It's pretty high for considering just what the damage numbers are.
I just think it was the paranoia. I mean, it was just a strong pick. I didn't really see I mean, I guess the Kazakhs did a really good job ganking, shutting down that Rengar. I mean, the jungle pressure really tilted when Rengar got caught out in that bot side enemy jungle. If that hadn't happened, maybe it would have been a different game. What do you think, Dylan?
Yeah, I have to give it to Nocturne, and not just for his scoreline and damage dealt, but really coming down to his ability to roam around and help get the rest of his team an advantage as well. That especially that roam down bot when they had the 4v2 initially, but with Silent Talk around the corner and Behar teleporting in, it was still a 4v4. But Goldie and the Silver Dwarfs had the initial jump, so it was definitely in favor of them looking to close that fight out. But he comes in, he roams down into the river, drops the paranoia, hits the back line, and just disrupts the entire fight and turns a losing fight into a very easily won fight for his team.
Yeah, like I said, it definitely tipped the scales a lot harder than anyone else did. You're talking about that double TP fight, right?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So he just comes down there. Not only that, but at 18 minutes, he's able to just 100% somebody. That's insane.
All right, and so we will give voting for MVP another minute or two here, and we will close this out as Game 1. Victory going to the Comeback Kids, denying Goldie and the Silver Dwarves their hope at the playoff spot with that victory. They needed to win the 2-0 to take that in. And so we will be right back next time with the second matchup of Comeback Kids versus Goldie and the Silver Dwarves.
Wow.
All right.